everyone. Welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot and Astrology. Although today, I'm pretty sure I'll use Kipper. I might use something else, but I want to check into Fani Willis and if she will be able to start a new grand jury, the special grand jury trial for investigating, Trump and his election criming in Georgia, of course. I want to know, Fani Willis, the DA of Georgia, if she's going to start a brand new grand jury trial or not. I kind of feel like she is, but I want to see what's going to, if she's going to, and if so, how will that go for Trump? So it might take a couple little readings to get that done. So bear with me. Let me swap out cameras and be right back. Okay, so I decided to start with the tarot, and depending on what I get here, I may or may not use the Kipper, so we'll see. All right, so will Attorney General Fani Willis for the state of Georgia, will she impanel her own jury now that she has the report from McBurney to support her? Whether or not it's released to the public, I don't think matters. I mean, I'm pretty sure. You guys can Google that and see what legal things you get about it. But, yeah. So, will she file charges? Will she, do so an indictment would be an accusation, or will she file an indictment against Trump? It would be an accusation, or, basically just an accusation. And she has her report to back her up. So, let's just see. Let me put it in the perspective of this is just about Trump. And if her cards or legal cards show up, of course, we should know. Ooh. Okay, there's the forces in motion. Wow. Well, maybe this is the end of the reading here, because this is imprisonment. Let's keep going just for fun. Trump. I mean, that's my card for imprisonment. Oh, my God. Oh. Okay. Trump, how's this going to go for you? With Fani Willis. Okay, greatest challenge. Okay, your manipulation hasn't been working. What you do have some control over. Bunch of pipe dreams, I think, with that one. Oh, man, he's in fantasy land. Whew. Okay, what he's done in the past. Of course, we all know it's that 11,780 votes. Yeah, he kept pushing and pushing and pushing to get what he wanted. What's hanging over him with no control? Oh, interesting. Some victory coming down. Okay. His near future would go here. No, it's this one. Come on. There we go. Whoa. So male or female didn't matter. This is the law. The long arm of the law, man. Okay, what he's attracting, Mr. Flump. Woo. How others are influencing the situation. His distant future. And another imprisonment card. And his outcome. Put a fork in it. Well, we're laying on a bed of swords, right? Let me grab the two off the bottom. Okay. Could always draw more cards for clarifiers, or actually I think I'd rather just do a little mini Kipper grand tableau for that, because it's so good for legal issues. Okay, this was up here. There we go. All right, let me talk you through this quickly. Chopstick here. Okay, so you can see the tower reversed clearly, I hope. And of course, simply it's my card for imprisonment. Other people, though, tend to read it as averting a disaster, maybe averting some type of a loss. But that's not how I read it. So you have to know that the way it works is you go by what the card means to you for your reading, and other people go by what it means to them. Now, in a personal reading, definitely this would be averting a disaster, but it could be a big fear of change. Now, on his personal level, he could be sitting there waiting for this big fear of change that's coming in, and his greatest challenge with the King of Cups reversed is that here he is just, trying to manipulate everyone. And he has tried to manipulate everyone. We have to remember that Mark Meadows is involved in this. I'm probably going to have to do new reads on them. And I do have a playlist. I'm pretty sure I created a playlist for the the fake electors scam, because we have to remember it was at Jeffrey Clark and his PowerPoint presentation and John Eastman and the whole Green Bay sweep, plan. And this is what you do. And, these 14 fake electors, and they went around shopping all different states, all the swing states. And they got caught up in Georgia because Brad Raffensperger said, basically, gave Trump the bird and wouldn't back off. And Trump had him on the phone for an hour. Remember that, right? So this is Trump here in the past, just pushing, one step at a time. We'll just go to all these different fake electors, go to all these different election places and try to push it, try to push the fake elector scam. Now, what's hanging over him with no control is he will be seen and recognized for what he's done with the, he has no control over his victory, but the Six of Wands to me is our card for being seen and recognized. He's I don't get that he's going to win this one. He's going to be famous, definitely. I mean, he already is, but it's fame for the wrong reasons, right? I mean, yikes. Here's his near future, and this could very well be McBurney in his report that gets released to the public, even if there are redactions. But then again, maybe it doesn't. He's under no obligation to release it to the public, but he has given it to Fani. Oh, and I think I said clearly that this one down here, where he's sitting and what he has control over, is delusions, drugs. He can drink, smoke, whatever he wants. Pop pills, snort, whatever he wants. Go ahead, man. More power to you. Yeah, legal charges coming down. We have, the King of Swords is just extremely powerful when it comes to, legal situations. That's what it's all about. The truth will come out, and that's in his near future. What he's attracting with Ace of Wands reversed is, some really bad opportunity some opportunity that was missed, I'm getting here, but also rejection, bad news. How other people are influencing the situation? Well, maybe 4 of those people that were involved, like Mark Meadows and John Eastman and Rudy and Jeffrey Clark, maybe even Lindsey Graham, maybe some of them held on to the situation. But this is also a card of greed sometimes, especially in political readings. But then it's also what people possess. And it's also a card of what we do when we're trying to hold a strong, healthy boundary and protect ourselves. So I feel like this has to do with flippage. I feel like whether or not that report is released to the public, it's right. I mean, just look at it here. It's been, people have people have said, I'm taking care of myself. They told me to do this. He told me to do this. He's the president. What am I supposed to, that kind of crap, right? His distant future with the Hermit coming through reverse. Now, this card is ruled by Virgo. I think we're headed towards, I can't remember what sign the moon's in today, honestly. Wait, you know what? No, I don't have my charts over here. They're still in my kitchen. Yeah, I mean, it's just, it feels like stuck. He's not able to break loose. He's lost his way. He can't find the light. He can't, the inner light is so blocked off to him. And this is very sad. This is a card of sadness and feeling, all alone. But it's also him just completely, repeating his mistakes over and over again. So when people keep doing that, they have to be locked up in some way, shape, or form to get their lessons, or they just, cross over because, your spirit. That's the thing is, if you allow your ego to abuse, this is hands down for anyone, if a person allows their unhealthy ego to, because the ego is meant to be developed and strong, and then step back in service of the higher self. So if your ego is aligned with your lower self to the point that you're, sabotaging yourself over and over and over and over again, your spirit will just take you out because you're about to destroy your, which is why some people who are very dark, they don't accomplish anything in their lifetime, and then they just cross over, and it's very sad. They have to come back with even more, lessons to deal with. And I think, if I remember correctly, I think he does have Jupiter in Taurus, which could indicate that stubborn, excessive stubbornness that just won't let go, and it's all about the money. But anywho, outcome. With the outcome here of the Ten of Swords reversed, I feel like this has to do with just laying on a bed of nails. He's just, I don't get that. I mean, either way, upright, he's done, right? It's a painful ending and he's done. But reversed, you can see the image. I mean, it's right there. And what was at the bottom of the deck is the Empress, which has to do with abundance and creativity, his money and his creativity. But then we also have the, what do you call the dude, the Knight of Pentacles reversed, I'm sorry, King of Pentacles reversed. And that is definitely a loss of fundage. No more money. We don't want to give you any more money. And it's also our card for corruption, of course, and trying to control everything and, cheaters. So, money, cheaters. There. Okay, so let's go ahead and use the, let's go ahead and use our Kipper and see what we get there. Hold on, let me, okay, that deck is here. And of course it's Ciro, oh, come on here, there we go. Ciro Marchetti's Fundescal. Kipper. All right, let me get the question into the cards. So only the truth. What is his legal situation? What will be the legal ramifications, if any, coming down on him? Will he go out with a whole bunch of charges, or maybe it'll just be something simple like interfering with an election, or fraud, committing fraud, election fraud, right? There's also conspiracy, I would think, in this, because we're talking just because Georgia will be nailing him, I think, it doesn't mean he didn't try it in all these other states. Okay, so 15 cards here. All right, and then those from the bottom. Oops. Okay. Teamwork. His living space. Well, let me just get them laid out. Otherwise, if I start reading them, it'll take too long. Because it's really important. Whichever this card is that lands in the middle. Oh, and that's him. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. All right. So we don't have the imprisonment card unless strategies, assets, clan. This could be a legal person waiting. Ooh, here we have the rules there and the indictment. This would be the, paperwork. Sad news here. Yeah, so anyway, let's focus here. So he showed up right in the middle. These cards, of course, are weighing down on him. He's looking forward to this. We have the indictment here. The jury process as well, the jury trial as well. He's knighting to his reputation and honor, but maybe kind of blowing up on him. It literally is a cannon shooting at him. But, traditionally this is our card for towers, any tall, high buildings, things you get rewarded for, I suppose. But it's our, it's our achievements. So his achievements at trying to get together, the teamwork, his negotiation. This is that, remember the card we had over, it was the Knight of Pentacles. This could be our stand-in for the Knight of Pentacles here. And then, so the four corners show, I'm guessing this has to be Fani Willis, because she's on top of the, this would be the report she gets from McBurney. And she's going to work hard on it. So, yeah, look at this row that he's sitting in here. This is pretty amazing. Okay, so let's break down this 9 box first. So here he is in his own private space. He may have some creative privilege, younger type of wealthy. Then again, if we combine these two out here, because Fani Willis is, you know what? That's not true. I remember looking it up in her. She's a lot older than she looks. Her and Letitia James are a lot older than they look. So maybe this is a world of attorneys here with ambitions to get him. This could be this could be, I don't know who her assistant is. Who's the deputy attorney general under her? But I feel like this is Fani Willis. And this is often my card for attorneys. So this could be anybody working under her. It could be her, there could be 2 people that are working for her, hanging over him, and it's affecting his private space. And then when it comes to timing, this could be tomorrow, or even today. I'm doing this reading on Wednesday. I'll release it tomorrow on Thursday at midnight. But this is our card for when it comes to timing: 24 hours or 3 weeks, maybe a month at the most. And all that. This is hanging over him, right? So he has that to look forward to. And he's looking towards the judicial process right here. And what's sneaking up behind him is even more depression about it. But this might not be the thing that lands him in jail, because something else might get him. But then again, maybe, I don't know. I remember Lisa and I reading on it, but the question was more about would that be the first thing that gets him? And I don't remember what I got. Honestly, we did so many readings all at once. So anyhow, our two terrible, awful cards that we get almost every time for Trump, and now lately I've been getting the imprisonment card, but it didn't show up in this reading, are right here. And so he's swimming in this soup of depression and oh my God, and he's about to get awarded with something. I don't think it has to do with money, and I do really wish they would have never put money here, because this can be a card of rewards, just like this one here. And then we have so how he's rewarded and who he's bonded with. I think maybe he's even concerned about his marriage, but then also all the other people that have been bonded with him have left him lonely. That's all indicated here. Yeah. The first three cards opening up the reading are really important as well. And so we have the teamwork and the negotiation, like I was saying, that King of Pentacles. He's doing what he can with his inner circle. And this might be an attorney that he has working for him, or else an assistant or something. But let's look at this 9 box here. So what's happening, to him, for him at this point, is, like I said, I think there's going to be a grand jury trial. This would be her indictment. This could also be the standing card for the report that's already been done, of course. McBurney's, the special grand jury trial that is now dissolved, but that leaves it open to Fani Willis, who I think is there. And he's looking forward to that, and he wanted loyalty about it, but it feels like, he's always going to have somebody helping him out, because he does have the means so far. And of course he has his, money laundering co-conspirators constantly. He has people that he has compromise on, the people that are compromised because of him. I mean, he has compromised people, and, they do that, extorting, bribing, holding things over your head. But for him, it looks to me like he's going to be rewarded by somebody giving up all the goods they can. I think all these guys have probably flipped on him. I'm going to have to look at those readings again and see if maybe I need to do separate readings on Mark Meadows and John Eastman and Rudy and Jeffrey Clark. And then there were phone calls from Lindsey Graham, right? So that as well. Okay, so anywho, reputation goes to trial. The trial, the court proceedings cause him to just be completely stressed out, burned out. This is our card of self-destruction. Yeah, okay, so that feels good there. Or not good, but clear. I'm done there, complete. Moving to this 9 box over here, I get the feeling that he's just depressed and, mulling it over and over and over. Of course, it's our OCD card. He's probably feeling pretty pessimistic and helpless. And that's like on his back constantly. Even though he has people he can reach out to from reading it just from his perspective. But then again, these could be, see, because these cards are weighing down on him, right? These could be all these legal people that have got him so depressed and feeling helpless. And then also we have, you know, just examination after examination and disputes. You know, maybe he's thinking that he'll just appeal it. No matter what happens, he'll appeal it. But then again, you know, because we do have him, like, you know, trying to work on it. And maybe this shows the bonds with his attorneys. Especially because this card Knight's up here. So from another perspective, outside of Fani Willis, this would be him and his attorneys, you know, supporting him. Yeah, he's going to work it hard to try and get out of it, it looks like to me. Let's see. This card here, Knight's up to whoever this is. Now, I don't think that Ivanka had anything to do with it, but normally this is our daughter card. But when you have this, you know, this awful card here, it's usually called gloominess or doubt, and in this deck he named it despair, which is, you know, pretty intense word, right? We're dealing with, or no, I'm sorry, the gloominess is here. This one is usually called stress, I think. But anyway, yeah, here they called it concern, right? I always get these. They're just both awful. They're both just terrible, terrible. This one is worse because, you know, you're out of a job, you've run out of options, you can't think of anything else, and it's often a card sometimes of violence or suicide. But anyway, he's down. He's really down and out because look at this line that's up here. He might have, of course, he has attorneys working for him, but he's still down and out about it. And then because of the knighting here between these cards, right, we're dealing with the teamwork is just not going to do it. And no matter what support he thinks he has, it's not going to work, is what I'm getting here. It's just really a mess. This courthouse card, so the jury trial. So in, you know, from a legal perspective in this system, we have the two cards that show legal, you know, issues, and they're right here. Okay. But this card knighting up here to this wealthy man, it's possible that this is one of the other people, like, you know, Rudy Giuliani's way older, but it could be somebody that's a little younger, but I don't know. They're all probably over about 55, right? So I still feel like this is an attorney. This is one of the general meanings of this card, if it is not a person, is ambitious. You know, this is our card of ambitious, and she's you know, whether or not she's a person, this is our card of creativity and wealth and privilege and pleasure, right? So, because you have to remember, back in the day, it was like a lot of women didn't work and they were dependent on men, of course, but so the men were more ambitious and the women did all the support work, and they're very creative, right? It should have been paid, but that's not how it was. So anyway, ambition, I really do feel like this is Fani Willis, and she's very ambitious with her proceedings, and she has a lot of tight bonds too. If we read this just on the Fani Willis level, look at the bonds she has. You know, the partnerships. And this could be her partnership with that McBurney guy, and I don't know how old he is, but this would be anybody under 55. But, you know, we don't have to be so rigid with the rules about the age. The bottom line is Fani Willis has tons of support and teamwork and bond, you know, that tight bond to partnership, you know, to get it done. Lots of relationships of support. It's amazing, all these cards here. So, and he's rewarded. He does have some loyalty, but he's rewarded with examination after examination. So this would be all these people that she's, you know, just like McBurney, who brought in, you know, all those people that I need to read on, the, you know, John Eastman and Jeffrey Clark and Rudy and Mark Meadows and what's his name? Miss Lindsay. Maybe that's who this is. Oh my God. Oh, where's my fainting couch? And Trump's here, like, he's going, oh, I wonder what he's going to say. Oh, we have to be careful. Because all these people, when Fani Willis starts investigating them or getting them, you know, in the court hearing, he's looking at charges coming down on him. They're probably all going to flip on him. And that might be why these cards are knighting together. Like in the past, because he's looking at, you know, this is, well, this is his future. This is sneaking up behind him. But it could be that in the past, because we're just trying to connect the dots here, doesn't it make sense to you guys that this would be loyalty that he had? And now that they're, you know, now that they have been investigated and, well, because, you know, Raffensperger and Brian Kemp, all those, they gave up some goods too. Wouldn't it make sense that what he's rewarded with is this, you know, this despair card here? Worried and tortured, majorly stressed out. It's like just put the Nine of Swords here, but it doesn't let up, you know. Could possibly be like the the disgrace and the struggle of having the Nine of Swords reversed. So anyway, that's all I have for this one. I guess we can always check in on it later as the trial proceeds. But what I do think I can safely say is that there will be a grand jury trial. That she will issue an indictment based on her report that she has, and yeah. So, okay. Thanks for hanging in there with me, you guys. Hope you're having a really good day. Take good care.